John Arnold, and welcome to another video by The Practical Disciple. This week, what we're going to do is we're going to continue the series we've been doing on prayer journaling, and we're going to start talking about resistance. About the third week into discipline, I usually start having problems, and it looks something like this. Man, today was a long day. I should probably sit down and do my
Oh, John. Oh, John. Don't do your prayer journal. You don't want to do that. You want to play a video game. Come on, man. Go waste some time. Burn some brain cells playing a video game. Oh, listen, if you don't want to do that, you're like hours behind on Facebook. You haven't taken a quiz in almost 13 seconds. Come on, man. You don't want to do that prayer journal. Just set it down. Walk away. Walk away. You deserve it. You worked hard today. Oh no, it's happening again. He's about to make excuses. I'll go do something. John, don't listen to that other guy. He's lying. Just pick up your journal and do what you know is right. Listen, when you started out doing this, you said you wanted to grow closer to God, and sometimes that's just hard work. Make it the priority. You won't regret it. Go ahead and pick up your journal now. Okay, I gotta confess, my head is not that cheesy. But after about 3 weeks, I find that that's when my resistance to a new discipline starts to kick into gear. And I was seeing that in our youth who are in the throes of doing their own prayer journals. They've been doing them for 2 weeks. They're entering into their third week. Now, the first week, everybody had a lot of energy around it, a lot of great intention. They're curious about it, and they want to try it out, and it's novel and new. And a bunch of people pumped out journal entries. A lot of people still stuck with it, but found that in that second week, now they were past that initial enthusiasm, and it was kind of shifting into being a discipline and hard work at times. And that's totally normal. So if you've been following these videos and you have been journaling yourself, you may be in that very same place. Don't be hard on yourself and don't be surprised. Now, there are a couple things you can do, though, to keep you moving forward. The first thing that I want to suggest you do is, if you didn't watch the last video and hear what I had to say about triggers, about putting things in place to help remind you, like physically having your journal out, doing it with other people, and or linking it to a daily activity in your life, you may want to go back, look at that video, and put some of those triggers in place. They're what helped me this past week. One time I saw somebody's Facebook entry and it prompted me to do my journal. Another time I actually wrote on my mirror with a Sharpie, journal in big letters, and I saw that and it reminded me. That was a physical trigger. So go back, watch that video, and put triggers in place if you don't already have them. Now, another thing you can do when something becomes routine is to change it up a little bit or add something to it to bring a little bit of newness back into it. And you're at a place now where you're getting in a rhythm on your journal, and I would suggest that you start looking for what I call life lessons or timeless principles in the scriptures that you're reading. So you might be reading about Paul, and he's saying rejoice in all things and don't be anxious, and a life lesson out of that is that we should be grateful even in the midst of adversity, or being grateful regardless of circumstances. That's a life lesson. That's a principle you can apply every day. Or in Philippians, Paul talks about, what you've heard, seen, and learned from me, do it. So imitating people who are more mature in their faith. That's a life principle that you can record and you can begin to apply. So if you're starting to struggle, you're starting to have some resistance, put some triggers in place and add something to your routine to add for a little newness in it. The other thing is, it's just that when you add in looking for life lessons, you get a lot more out of your reading. You're more attentive. One of the things that happens too as you move along is in your Bible reading, you'll start to go through the motions of reading and stop really looking deeply at the text. And by having something specific you're looking for, it will re-energize you around paying attention. So there you have it. It's very short, just a couple tips this week. Blessings to you as you continue forward. If you have questions, please leave a comment, and I'll see you hopefully next week in another video as we push forward and becoming dedicated to doing our prayer journals. Stick to this and you'll see some amazing fruit in your life down the road. Thanks, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.